legacy, what he was able to do here and throughout his career, represent the city of Memphis the way he did for so many years, along all those other guys, Mike, Zach, Tony, and many others. So just tonight is a special night for our family that brings back a lot of memories. It's part of it, I guess.
Matt in the back.
Pau in the back.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Hey,
Matt at Field Action 5 here in Memphis. Kind of follow up on that. When you think about the butterfly effect that's led to tonight, you getting drafted, Marc moving here with your whole family when he's a teenager, you guys get traded for one another. He has the career he had here, and now he becomes the second player in this franchise's history to have his jersey retired. Is that kind of crazy for you to ever wrap your head around how beautifully it all played out for both of you, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to put in words, how everything has played out. Obviously it started with an incredible love for the game, respect for the game, of how we both kind of approached the game, how a unique tie to this city and to this franchise. So it's really great to be here tonight for this moment, for Marc to be the second player ever to get his jersey retired. How happy people are, how proud of people are for him and for our family. So, but yes, some of the things, it's like, you focus on the process, you focus on the day-to-day effort, dedication, work, and then you kind of let the results and the outcome kind of speak for itself. As a good brother used to say, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, and it's been a heck of a journey so far. And now, as I think Marc mentioned yesterday, is about what we can continue to do as people with our legacy, with the opportunity that we have, and continue to impact our communities, our world, the world of sports in different ways.
Terry.
Hey, Pal, I know during your ceremony, you got very emotional during your ceremony. What's the over-under for little brother gets so emotional, man?
I think as, Marc and I are different individuals when it comes to that, but I think, it's hard not to see him get emotional, or anybody else for that matter. I think, Marc is a very passionate human being, and he doesn't express all that all the time in words. I don't know how the ceremony is going to be. I haven't got the whole thing, but I know his heart, his emotion are gonna come afloat, and we're gonna see a Marc that is gonna be probably extremely emotional and extremely thankful and touched by this moment.
Chris.
Hey, Pal. Chris Harrington, Daily Memphis Flyer back in the day.
There you go.
I don't know if you've seen the documentary that you were interviewed for that the Grizzlies made, but there's a story in it, I can't remember who tells it, but there's a story in it about Marc taking your car, I don't know, but taking your car to take some of his high school friends and teammates out to high school games. Do you remember that happening, and was that a frequent occurrence?
I don't know, but I was probably on the road. Probably. I mean, I don't quite, remember how often Marc would get my car or not to go out with his teammates. Marc was a big deal, big high school player, obviously in a small private school, dominated that league. I went to see a couple games. It was ridiculous to watch. He was Mr. Basketball. I remember him getting the award. So again, Marc was just a dominant player at the time. The league probably wasn't challenging enough for him. But he was at that age, right? 16, 17, 18 years old, where he was still, a teenager that had his dreams, and he fought hard to achieve them. One of the things that I remember, he wanted to come into practices, to watch our practices. He wanted to, hey, Pau, I think I can take Trubansky, and then can I go play one-on-one with him? He said, you think I can go out and play? And he had confidence in himself. But I don't remember how often he would get the car. I remember back in the day, I had an Escalade, I had I had to deal with Cadillac, and they would the first year or two, I think, let me use the Escalade during the season, and then now kind of got me with or maybe the first season was a Sequoia, was a Toyota Sequoia. Then I moved up to the Escalade, and then by the fourth season I decided it was time to buy my own car and not have to kind of borrow one for the time being, because in the summer we would go back to Spain, and obviously the car would sit and all that stuff, right? So it made sense at the time. So anyway, the most important thing is the car returned safely and without damage. so that's good.
It was the Escalade, by the way.
It was the Escalade. Good for him. It's a nice car, nice car to shine.
Hey pal, John Hauser from The
John.
Athletic.
How are you?
Good. Why do you think Marc clicked with this city so well?
I think his DNA kind of connected really well with the city's identity. Hard worker, would give his all to the team. Every game he competed, I think he just resonated really well with his blue collar city, and it's something that I've heard my colleagues say a lot. And that's so this is the spirit of the city. And I think having those 2 years of high school also kind of connected him more with the city. And then because of that trade and his rights kind of being sent to Memphis, he had a great opportunity to be the start of an incredible core that had a fantastic run and was one of the top teams in the league for years. So I guess all those things, under the radar, unassuming, never really wanted to take, still doesn't want to take too much credit, but he's just put in the work and he delivered.
Giannato.
I know you talked a little bit about it, but you went through this not that long ago. Have you given him any advice for, getting through tonight, or not getting through, but really enjoying it and savoring it?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to give Marc advice. He doesn't take advice very, and he doesn't ask for it either. I think his personality sometimes is not, it kind of keeps to himself a lot. I see, obviously, I think that he's feeling, the magnitude of the moment, and it's just something you got to kind of experience and go through on your own terms. And again, I don't know how much you will have to speak or not speak, but I think from my perspective, it's probably going to be, from my knowledge of him, he'll be short and sweet and direct and authentic. If he does have to speak, which I'm assuming he will, and just enjoy, just take every moment, enjoy the game with the family. Kind of after the game, which is kind of more relaxed. My post-game ceremony is kind of more relaxed than what I went through, which it was like, halftime, you got 10 minutes and the lights will come on, and if you're not done, well, the teams will kind of make you move. So it'll be nice. It'll be nice and warm, and I just hope that he takes it in with some of those great guys that were with him along those years, along him throughout those years. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited to experience that moment as an older brother, but I'm just extremely proud of him.
We'll take one more in English before we switch to our Spanish guest. We'll go to Calkins.
Hey, Pau, Jeff Calkins, welcome
Good to see
back.
you, Jeff. Thank you.
What's it been like that the family didn't just parachute in here for a day? You stayed for a week. What has that been like for you and for the family?
It's been great. It's been great to spend a few days with the family here. Kind of like what we used to, how we used to. The same way, just try not to do too much. A lot of times it's been at home, just enjoying each other's company. I said, all right, what do we do? Let's get the kids out, because Marc has 2 kids. I have 2 little kids too, and the grandparents want to spend time with the kids, so let's get out of the house. So went to Shelby Farms and kind of played with the kids out there, and that was great. Just try to go. I think the kids went to the zoo today, and that was great. Again, just try to, a lot of mixed feelings, a lot of feelings, not mixed feelings, but feelings, from when we were here, and we spent so many years. Obviously, Marc spent more, and my parents spent probably the most. Well, yeah, guess the most. So very kind of emotional, but fun to see the people here with Toto. Just talking to Marc, it's like, hey, we got to make this kind of like a yearly type of thing where we just come here and spend some time, because this city, is a big part of our careers and our lives.
We'll start with our Spanish guest.